Got a caller on the line. What's going on, caller? What you got going on? Tell them who you are, where you from, and what you got going on.
Robin Hood of Rhyme. I apologize for my hoarse voice, everybody. I hope you can hear me fine. What I got going on is, man, really kind of a lot. I was just telling Jay, I just had a tornado go right over my house, so we're lucky that my house is intact and I'm able to be here. The phone was acting up, but I just released a single called Demons on February 28th, and surprise dropped an album a week after that that's doing extraordinarily well, like more than I could have expected or hoped. It's called Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. It's available obviously on all platforms under Robin Hood of Rhyme. And I've got something that I'm actually working on right now that I intend to release in June that I wish I could play a sample for you actually right now. It's definitely unique. It's the whole album's not completely finished, but basically what it is, the subject matter is overcoming struggle, being positive. Like it's like positive rap more or less, but like it doesn't avoid talking about the struggles of life and things like that, but it's just not violent. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Wow, that's great. That's great. You got a new project. You got a new project coming out all the time.
All the
What
time,
what
bro. Because if we
inspires you?
stop, then we stop getting them streams and you know what I'm saying? Whatever noticing we get comes with a lot of effort as independent artists. So of course, if we don't drop things, at least semi-regular, and I didn't even really intend to drop this much in this short time, but if we don't drop things semi-regularly, we become obsolete, and we're already struggling not to be obsolete as independent artists. You know what I mean?
What's inspiring you to make all this music?
Really, that's something I need to think about because I haven't been making as much this year. Um, but it's usually the struggles of life and difficulties, things I go through. Like, for example, and this is not obviously normally what motivates me aside from it being for my son, but on the new album, the Positive album, I have a song specifically pretty much written about my relationship with my ex and the kids and what happened about that difficulty of my period of life and them being taken away by her and how you know what I'm saying, pretty much how she acted, without being like too specific. But it's it's all it's all kind of about my son, man. I just wanted to give him a better life. I have a history of rap, and then it was unintentional, but I had some ideas that I thought are or could be groundbreaking. You know what I mean? So it's easy to stay motivated when you have thoughts and ideas, but also just the struggles that I've been through and everything I've been through in life keep me with plenty of, you know what I'm saying, stuff up here.
It's great to know that people are making music that comes from the soul still.
That's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, obviously there are people that do. I'm not going to say that there aren't or discount anyone who does, but I do want to say that this new album will be, to give it kind of an idea of what it sounds like. It's almost like if Kanye could have rapped how he, like his emotion and his feeling and all that, and then the spiritualism of his like religious type Christian albums, but without it being like Christian necessarily. Like what I'm talking about has nothing to. I do mention God in the first song, but in general, it's not like religion based. And I think that that's important to kind of separate from music sometimes. You know what I mean? But still involve. We'll call it like a spiritual
Nice,
enlightenment.
nice.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how's the Nashville music scene for hip hop right now?
It's growing, and I don't have any verification of this. I haven't checked and looked it up, but I hear that Def Jam is actually building like a massive studio in Nashville. And about the first time that we talked, you and I last winter, I think it was last fall. Um, there's this thing called Skydeck on Broadway. It's obviously on Broadway in Nashville. It's an outside second level, well, third level because it's on top of it. And they had Snoop Dogg there the other day. They have major artists. They have local artists, and it's definitely a change from the history of blues, country music, all that from Tennessee and from Nashville specifically. So it's growing, but it definitely has a way to go as far as being an independent local artist. Most of the shows are still primarily other artists and a couple of each artist's fan. You know what I'm saying? There's not very many big shows. So, but we're growing.
Nice, nice. So if like artists want to come out there and perform, I guess you my guy. You could plug me in, huh?
Hey, look, on some real, I had my own show, and the partner that I was doing it with, I'm not gonna mention his name because I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, but he wasn't being financially like responsible to the obligations that come along with that. And I understand he has some difficulties, but you shouldn't engage in something if you can't go all the way in. And so I backed out because I didn't feel like A, I could be all the way in, B, without having to take the grunt of the financial, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't feel like that was what fair or what we really intended on doing in the first place, and nor could I do it. If I could have done it financially, I'd do it on my own, you know what I'm saying? Just but I definitely do know plenty of other places to do shows regardless of that one, you know what I mean?
Nice, nice. Yeah, we got to get something going on, like a tour from up here all the way down there, because we got a lot of other guys that's participating in it too. So we got to get some love out there in Nashville.
We could call it Rappalachia, and we could go from Tennessee to Knoxville, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and the mount, you know what I'm saying, Appalachia, but make it Rappalachia all the way up to New York and just rap in the Appalachians, you know what I'm saying, or whatever show, whatever music you all do, you know what I'm saying? That'd be a cool name for it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely down, man. And I appreciate you for coming on to the show. How can they
Oh shit,
follow you? How
forgot.
can they follow you on social media and all of that?
Well, I'm Robin Hood underscore of underscore rhyme on Instagram, and I'm Robin underscore rhyme on Twitter. Of course, you can just look up Robin space Hood space of space rhyme on any music platform, on YouTube, you know, Apple Music, whatever, Spotify, any of it, basically.
Well, there you have it. We appreciate you for coming on to the show. I'll have his stuff on the description so that y'all could keep tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Please share this with your girlfriends and your baby